everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my first back to school video of this year. I am not going back to school this year because I graduated from college in May. So I'm not going back to school ever again unless I want to go to grad school. So I feel like I'm very skilled when it comes to back to school, and this was honestly my favorite time of the year, even though I never posted like an insane amount of back to school videos. I just loved it. It was like a new start. And yeah, today's back to school video is college related, and I know I have a lot of followers who are in college, about to be in college, so an internship 101 video. So I have some tips for you guys. This is geared more towards marketing, social media, photography, fashion world. So if you're in that world, this video is for you. If not, I'm sorry. Just my experience, but you might get some good tips out of this, so we'll see. So I think that internships are very important to have in college. My major never required an internship as like to graduate, which I feel like they should in a way, just because it's like I learned so much in all the internships that I had in college. But it's not required for my major, so I don't have to take a class or anything. But yeah, I think they give you like the biggest real world experience. They also help you decide if you even like your major or not. I went into the fashion world knowing small businesses, so big businesses was something that I was genuinely very interested to see if I even like. So when I did my first internship, I really fell in love with fashion for sure. Like, I knew I was doing good where I am. My college does give credit for internships, so even if it's not required for you, I'm pretty sure you can get credit at any college or university. My college had a 3, a 1, and a 0 credit offering. I only did the 0 just because I needed more classes, and 0, you didn't have to pay money. It just went on your transcript, which is super nice. I took one in the summertime and I didn't want to pay the summer rate of college, so I did the 0 just so I could get it on my transcript, which I think is really nice. But yeah, I highly recommend you get credit for it whatever way you can. At the time, I had 3 internships, and I would say that I had 2 while I was in college because I'm currently in my 3rd one right now. But since I just recently graduated, I'm adding it in here just because I still haven't had real world, like, full-time job experience. So I was stupid and started finding my internship my junior year, 2nd semester. I was like, I should probably get an internship, and I also wanted to stay in Chicago for the summertime just because I never lived in Chicago for a summer, so I really wanted to do that. And I went to my career advisor, highly recommend going to career advisor, and we talked kind of like what I was interested in, and she showed me ways to apply. She revamped my resume and my portfolio and just like gave me advices and places to apply. So I actually applied to 2 places before I got one of my internships. The first, I never heard back from them, so it's okay. And the second was a startup company, and it was in marketing and photography. And the interview application process was really easy. I just emailed my resume and cover letter to the email that I was provided. I found it via social media, by the way. And I got an email the next day, and there was an editing process just because I needed to know how to edit to help with the photography needs and website stuff. So I did that and sent it back in, and then I got an interview, and she literally gave it to me on the spot. It was pretty easy. I would say that I was very lucky. Since it was a startup, there's not like a huge process, which I highly recommend working for startups. It's extremely fun and you get a good hands-on experience. And yeah, it was easy. The stuff that I did was a lot of editing, uploading to the website, working with photo shoots. I helped do a little bit of social media content, and I also went to events and helped with that. So I photographed their 1-year party. I went to a huge party that had Real Housewives were there, supposedly, and other events that I got to help with. So I did a lot of stuff. I got to live stream. It was very nice. It was for a brand that styled a lot of celebrities, so it gave me like big brand vibes even though it was a startup, and it was really fun, and it was definitely like the startup kind of vibe. Like I got to do quite a lot, so it was nice. The second internship I got was more of a corporate big brand company that I worked with. I found this internship through a career event. So I forget what they're called. I'm really blanking today, but they're fairs, career internship fair, and I went because my class required us to go. I wasn't really looking since it was September, and I had applied to like a couple other internships for the fall time, but I didn't get them. And so I was looking around, and one of them was visual merchandising, and I just like sent in my resume just because, like, you know, you never know. And I get a call about visual merchandising if I wanted to come in and interview. It was for, if you don't know what visual merchandising is like the window displays and the displays in stores. Like people actually put those together. So this was for Pottery Barn, and I'm gonna say Pottery Barn since it's a big corporation company and there's so many stores. I'm not gonna say like the small startups just because I don't want you guys to know my whole life. But it was for Pottery Barn, and they're huge on their hardware visual merchandising. Everything in their store has to be perfect to the T. Like you want someone to go in there and like be like, oh, I want all of this. Like looks like their home kind of visual. So I went in for this interview thinking, you know, I might get it, I might not. I don't know if they have other people that they're hiring. So I get in, I know she talks to me about it, asks like the normal questions, I ask her questions, and pretty much was like, do you want it? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, like I'll take it. And I actually got paid, which is really nice for a broke college student. So yeah, it was an intense internship. I would say it was the most intense internship that I had, like the most like, what is the word? Demanding. The only thing that sucked about it was having to wake up extremely early. I love waking up early, but if it's before the sun, it's not fun for me. So I had to wake up at 4 in the morning to get to work, to get ready, to get on the train and go to work before 6 a.m. I had to get on the red line, and if you know Chicago, and the red line at like 4 in the morning is like not the best. There were some stories of the red line in the morning, and usually I was walking alone in the dark, and me being a woman, it's like not fun. It was really nice to learn from like a corporate book, to like learn how to like put things together. And for my third internship, I actually wasn't planning on getting an internship. I was expecting to get a full-time job, but COVID happened and I wasn't doing anything, and my mom was like, you need to apply for jobs and also apply for internships, because if places are not hiring, which there weren't a lot of hiring, it's good to have an internship. So I got a marketing internship with a small boutique that's located in Chicago, and it was all remote, and it's been so great. I'm still doing it. I'm doing their Pinterest account, and I am making a marketing campaign that I'm going to be posting photos very soon. And I'm also what am I doing? I also got to talk to someone from Pinterest, and it's really nice to be able to like do something when you have to stay at home 24/7. But this is like a little bit more hands-on marketing wise than my first internship, because it was like I was like doing a lot more editing and posting and helping with photo shoots for my first internship. But this one's like really like allowing me to go on their like social media accounts and like do stuff, and just from like everything that I learned in college, it's been really helpful to like actually put it out there in the real world. So those are all my internships that I've done and like the processes. For the third internship that I got, the one that I just applied through my school's like job site thing, and she just messaged me if I needed college credit for it, and then sent me all the information, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And I pretty much just been doing it for the past 2 months for like just getting an internship. My biggest advice would have to be the resume, what's on your resume and what's on your cover letter, because you don't have a lot of experience. You're just in college. You probably had a retail job, or you probably had an on-campus job or a cooking job. But if you can, like, retail job, why did I say food, like service job, and you can take like what you're doing and like put it into what the job you're applying for, can be extremely helpful in getting jobs. If you want to do social media or fashion, definitely your social media accounts should be like pretty good. I know that people are like, it's social media, you shouldn't like care what it looks like, but I feel like if you're going into social media, you should maybe care just a little bit. My advice, just showing that you're like actually doing things in college is also extremely helpful. If you're doing anything for fashion, definitely have a portfolio on hand just to show your work and what you're doing. But those are just my advice and my tips for internships in college. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some advice or tips from it. If you do have any questions of anything that I left out or just want to know, comment them down below and I'll be sure to reply. And yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. I don't know if I'll do another back to school video if I have time, but yes.